Hello, I am getting sober again, and today I'm going to talk about how will you feel better? How did I feel better? I'm going to tell you a little bit of backstory about me, and maybe it compares to you, and maybe we're in a similar boat, or we were in a similar boat, and then so maybe you'll have similar results. But just first and foremost, let's just all agree that everybody's different. Everybody has a different path. Everybody has a different journey. Everybody has different levels of stress, so on and so forth. But for me, I drank about 3 times a week for the past 10 years. Some days it was every day for months at a time. And sometimes I would go a week without drinking, but it was really never more than a week without drinking, right? So I recently quit. I'm in the middle of 14 days of detoxing, and for me, I knew from quitting previously that there are some ups and downs that I'm gonna have, or that you'll have, in the first couple of days. So I'll just, before I go on another long tangent, I'll just tell you this is how you can expect to feel better. First and foremost, after about a week or so, regardless of the ups and downs and the cravings and the fighting the mental and chemical urges to go back to or fall into a habit or join your friends for happy hour or a brunch or dinner or football party or whatever it is that you do, you can absolutely 100% expect to have much easier mornings when you wake up. Maybe you wake up feeling amazing already, and you drink a lot, but that was not the case for me. And a lot of people that I know that drank got a very late start on the day and seemed to love talking about it. Waking up at 10, 11, 12, 4 p.m. Just to kind of live for the night. And I get it. I absolutely get it. Sometimes it's hard to look at yourself in the mirror. Sometimes it's hard to be accountable for your own actions. Sometimes it's hard to put all of the pressure and the responsibility on yourself. And it's a lot easier to kind of coast through life when you spend the first half of your day asleep, followed by recovering, and then sort of feeling good, which in contrast is a lot better than how you felt when you woke up. And then going back into rewarding yourself with some drinks and then passing out and then disappearing from the world again, right? So for me, about a week into sobriety, I felt a lot more energy, and I feel a lot more energy. That really started, I can't really stress enough, it was about the week period. The first couple of days of going sober, going cold turkey, which was my case, from booze and cigarettes and cocaine and marijuana, antidepressants as well, Wellbutrin specifically. The first 3 days, that's the hump period for me. I always considered day 3 to be like the big hump day. I still felt lousy, especially, let's say if you quit on a Sunday and you were, let's say you went crazy on Friday and went crazy on Saturday. Let's say you just drank. You drank on Friday, then you drank on Saturday, and then maybe you had some brunch drinks on Sunday or a football game, some beers. Well, now Monday is your day to start all over, start fresh and clean, and there's nothing fresh or clean about it. Alcohol withdrawal and hangover symptoms can last up to 4 days. So by time, let's say you have a 9-to-5 job and you don't go out drinking during the week, by the time you start to feel better, it's going to be what day? Friday. And that's going to be the weekend all over again. And you go back into that cycle of you drink on Friday, you drink on Saturday, you drink on Sunday. There's literally every adult event, there's booze everywhere you go. You want to take your kids ice skating, get some hot cocoa, you can also grab a craft beer. You want to go to the movies, there's going to be beer and wine at a lot of these theaters now. You go to You like go to a baseball game, go to a football game, go to a concert, go anywhere. There's booze all over the place. It's crazy. But a week into it, you should start to feel a lot better. And so how are you going to feel better? Again, the energy. You're going to feel also too a lot less depressed. You're going to feel a lot less irritable. So far we're talking about we have more energy. We're going to be less depressed. We're going to be less irritable. We're also going to feel a lot less anxiety. If I were a betting man, I would be willing to bet that those are the main four for you, aren't they? Energy, depression, anxiety, and what was the other one again? You got it. That's entirely all of the improvements that I've had. I am so much less irritable now. Everything gets on my nerves when I'm drinking. And I mean, not just like when I'm drinking, just when I'm continually feeding that beast, when I continually am feeding that alcohol spirit, when I'm feeding myself spirits, I feel so much more irritable. I'm already kind of generally an irritable person, but throw alcohol in the mix, especially a couple drinks later. Now everybody's wrong, everybody's stupid, nothing is worth my time. People that I love are irritating to me. I can't say I'm sorry, I can't say I love you. And that's just the irritability part. And then the depression part also causes irritability, but the depression, I'm sure you know, waking up feeling worthless or feeling like you don't have a sense of direction, asking what's the point, asking yourself, not being prepared to do it, saying like, I have to do this all over again today. I don't feel like I have any energy. I don't feel like I can get anything accomplished. I was asleep all night and I still feel tired. And that's it. Like your body was constantly in a state of repair. Your body was constantly trying to utilize whatever precious resources that you hopefully gave it while you were drinking, with the foods that you were consuming, and hopefully with vitamins if you were consuming any, minerals, nutrients, hydration. Hopefully you were putting at least that in your body so that you could stay even, because you know and I know you weren't getting ahead. You weren't doing your body a great service, regardless of if you were going to the gym, regardless if you only drank on the weekends, you were still literally consuming poison, small amounts of poison, 3% at a time, 4%, 5%, 40% at a time, or maybe a nice glass of 13, 14, 15% at a time. You're gonna have way more energy. You're gonna have way more stamina. You'll be able to. Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to gain more muscle? Do you want to become more lean? You'll have way more energy to do those things. You'll be able to get back on maybe some hobbies that you had neglected. You will. I mean, that's all. It's person to person. I mean, I don't know how amazing or how shitty your life is. I don't know what your circumstances are. I don't know why you drink. But typically, I feel like when we drink, we end up just drinking to keep drinking because it's normal, because it's a routine, because our friends all drink. How many sober friends do you really have? And out of those friends, how often do you hang out with them, right? Do you not think that they have anything beneficial to say? Do you not think that they have any interesting stories? Do you not think that they do anything fun or cool or anything that you can learn from? Think about that for a minute. But my mood stabilized fairly quickly. And again, I'm just going to say a week. I'm just going to keep saying a week. It takes about a week to start feeling better. I think it takes about 2 weeks before you start to feel amazing. And it might have been a long time since you felt amazing. I'm currently at my amazing point. I'm at my 2 week point. I I went cold turkey the day after Thanksgiving, ironically enough. So I went cold turkey the day of cold turkey. And that was, again, from booze and from cigarettes, from cocaine and marijuana, and antidepressants. That sounds dangerous. I don't recommend that you do that. I definitely recommend that you taper yourself off. I have been through this already multiple times, and I don't feel that I'm going to struggle at all with it. I don't feel that I'm struggling at all with it. I don't crave, I don't want, I don't think about having or consuming or sneaking off or just one or just a little bit of one. It's just not an option for me anymore. It's because I made that decision, and I had transparency with my friends and my family members, and everybody knows that I'm not drinking. And for me, absolutely 100%, alcohol was the gateway drug to everything else. I wasn't just doing anything else without the booze. Sometimes weed or maybe THC, like vaping or whatever. But that was just in the comfort of my own home, maybe watching Netflix. And that was it. But alcohol really got me into and kept me into not only more alcohol, but everything else as well. And I think it was single-handedly the reason why I ended up needing or feeling like I needed to go on to antidepressants. And I'll talk about that in another video. So look wherever you're looking in my channel for that information. But so how will I feel better? I will have, you could say it along with me if you want. I will have more energy. I will feel less depressed. I will feel less depressed. I will be less irritable. I will be less irritable. And I will have way less anxiety. I will have way less anxiety. Good. And if that's all that you can expect to feel, I think that is that's amazing 4 things, right? You can get back to living your life. You can get back to, maybe you can start a couple of new hobbies. What are some hobbies that you wanted to start? Maybe did you want to try making a YouTube channel? This is part of my replacement therapy for myself. I decided, I didn't invent this, but replacing, right? So if you were going to say like, well, I'm going to replace eating junk food, or I'm going to quit junk food. Well, you can quit junk food, but you're still going to eat food, right? So you'd be replacing the junk food with something else. If you're going to say like, I'm going to replace sugary beverages. Well, what are you going to replace them with? We agree that you should still drink beverages, right? Whatever it is that you have to do to get there, do it. If it means that you're going to subscribe to my channel and hit the little alarm button, do that. But seriously, do that though, because I don't want to do what I'm doing for a living. I'm surrounded by booze all the time. And, you could say, well, then just don't do that. I'm trying, I'm attempting, I'm making progress. And this is right here, this is part of it. This is me talking to you, you subscribing, you sharing, you and I relating, and you and I talking in the comments below, because I do have time, and I've made time in my schedule to make sure that I'm available to you, that we can talk about your diet routine, your exercise routine, how are you staying hydrated, how it is that you're going to feel better, when you can expect to feel better, forgiving yourself if you do mess up, if you do end up having a drink. Don't feel like you're starting all over again at day 0. What if you've been sober for 5 years and then you had a drink? I would never be so hard on myself to say, oh God, I'm starting all over at day 0. Like, yeah, your streak is over, but you're gonna tell me that 5 years of momentum is gone because you had a drink or 4 shots on Saturday. Whatever the case may be, it's okay. We're gonna get through this together. You and me and whoever else is watching. So until the next video, please remember to subscribe and hit the thumb. The end.